Hey guys, what is going on? It is Damon up 1579 now. Today guys is a little different. I'm making this video on the point of how destroyed I am currently. I have recently asked a former someone I would still consider a friend, but with the way they've treated me recently, I don't know what to say. Recently I was kicked from their Discord server because everyone apparently felt uncomfortable from someone who doesn't speak to anyone on that server. I barely join the server's people, I barely join if anyone's even chatting. But recently, she has made me, and I will say it's a she, has made me well aware that the rumors that I thought had finally ended are still going, to the point they're getting worse. I have many problems. I am well aware that I have a lot of problems with myself. And today I'm going to inform you all on the problems that I am still dealing with to this day. The one thing I never wanted to do was reveal my past to the public or anyone because of how terrible it is. Around when I was around 5 years old, my parents divorced. Separating, and us children were separated. My sister went with my mother while I went with my father. Around Christmas that year, I met my stepmother, and at that time, it was alright for the first 6 months. But when I turned 6, my life went downhill more than it should. At 6 years old, I was basically, as what people call it, put into slave labor. I was the only person, a 6-year-old, doing all the chores in the house while my stepmother was lazy and my father did nothing. He was working, but when he got home, he did nothing. Yard work was really the only thing he did, and he only had to do that like once a month at the time. And I've been doing that since 8 years, for all the way to the age of 14, and I was really destroyed at that time. If I was to say no on doing those, I would be severely punished by either being hit with a wooden or a plastic salad spoon, or many other things. Belts, shoes, and never the whip. The whip was never used, and yes, they had a whip. I don't know why, but they had a whip. Eventually, my punishments got so extreme that part of me hid from the world. When around the year that I would turn 14, I made what you would call a stupid decision. But I heard what I heard. I got out of the shower one day to hear my stepmother on the phone saying to her mother how she shot her ex. And that she shot her ex, threw the gun, and ran. Now, that is what I remember exactly, word from word. And when I called the cops, that was the point that my decision was stupid. Now, I have no criminal record because my record's clean. It was my first time offense. But I did lie. Truthfully, I lied a lot. And the detective that came over to investigate, because I did hung up through the call about lying who I was and so forth, he saw my stepmother ready to hit me, but my father did stop her because of the fact that there was an officer in my house. My father sent me home back into my room that night to go to bed because I had school the next day. In the morning, my father would always be gone by the time of around 8 o'clock in the morning. He was always gone. And I found out around after 8, my father was still home because he called in the time off. Said there's something at home that I need to take care of. And at that time, I didn't know if he was there to punish me, but it was more to protect me from her, even though he's never done it before. 2 weeks later, I moved out. I was sick of the abuse. I was sick of doing everything on my own. That I moved out, and I went to move in with my mum. And prior to that time, I hadn't spoken to her in 3 years, so she did not know who I was, how tall I've been, or what I was like. And for me and her, it was a new experience because we had to relearn and bond again. Same with my sister, I had to do all that bonding again. My stepmother tried to force me to stay behind. My father helped me, and that was the only thing I remember that he's ever done good for me, other than protecting me from her after the detective. A week later, I had a hearing which only a few people even knew about. About 2 years after that, I told my friend Caleb about that, and he told no one afterwards. But all through high school, I lived quite an interesting life. Mainly from age of 13 to 14, I was sent to school with no food because that was a form of punishment if I did not my chores or any other chores properly. For those 8 years, I spent time trying to recover, but part of me cannot recover unless I get the help. So, I am looking into finding the help I need. Now, on to this situation. The message that I have from this person. Last time in the video, previous video, I didn't reveal who they were, but because these rumors are getting out of hand, and I'm constantly getting questions about it, I still won't reveal them, because I still want to protect them. And yes, it is a he. The message said, I physically abused, not physically abused, but I am mentally, well, should I say, emotionally manipulated them. And I did not do that because I didn't want to put them through what I've been through. Some of the other things they said really hurt me, like how my friends don't exist. The ones he's never met. He has friends that I've never met, and I don't say they don't exist. I never manipulated this person because he was the person that I trusted the most. Now, and I will point out, there have been times I have made false accusations, and I am well aware of that now. That is something I need to work on as quick as possible, because I make it through all my life on a daily basis, from what I've been told. I get blamed for, according to him, I forced him to play a game. I forced him to play Pixelmon when he doesn't want to. I can't force someone to do what they don't want. They have a mind of their own. All they ever have to do is say no. You say the word no, and I back off instantly, and that's how I've always been. The only reason he changed his mind was because I told him of the updates of Pixelmon, and he was the one who recently suggested not that long ago to start a server. He was the one who wanted the server, not me. One thing is, I have always been known to not have the best sleep schedule. About a year and a half ago, I played with friends online at like 3 in the morning. My sleep schedule was so fucked up. Even now, it's still fucked up because of these incidences. I haven't been able to sleep properly because I'm afraid. There's one thing I have never said to anyone is I'm afraid because right now I'm being pointed into the point that I'm alone. Because I've severed myself from a lot of friends. I have severed from other friends because they have mistreated me or mistreated others. There are 3 people that this person and I have we both have in common that still contact me. One of them is on a daily to a weekly basis, one's once a month, and one's every so often. But those three are really the only ones who really stay in contact with me, because they won't let the words of another control them, or even tell them what to do. That is a form of manipulation. Telling someone about an incident, even spreading rumors, and then they decide, yeah, I'm going to just follow what you said and just ignore him. And after a while, after the year and a half ago, I started getting back into a normal sleep schedule. Going to bed around 12, waking up at 8. Apparently because I have said previously that I have played games at 4 in the morning, that they would notice. Just because I said that about a year and a half ago doesn't mean I'm still doing it now. And in fact, I'm trying my best to get to sleep without crying myself to sleep, because this person has truly hurt me. I should probably not say this, but I just want to point out how much this person originally trusted me. So much that when they got into a relationship, they told me about their sex life. So much that I didn't even want to know any of it. Yes, I have said before about my personal encounters, and then eventually I stopped because people didn't want to hear it. And he told me so much. I even gave him advice from time to time, just from what I thought would be best. Then the next day he sends me a message saying that he doesn't want to be my friend, and saying all these things. I will say this. Last video, I wasn't completely true, because some of those things are true. I've never manipulated him, but I have blamed him for things that he's never done. Do I realize I'm doing it? Oh, I'm well aware I'm doing it. This is also, I want to point out, this friend, 6 years ago, blamed me, accused me. Didn't really blame me, but he accused me and one other for stealing from him. Yet none of us stole from him. I can guarantee that. Because the other one, he was raised a lot better than I was, and he knows stealing was wrong. I have said many things in these years that I regret. But to this day, I just have to find a way to let it go. To the friends that still talk to me and actually communicate with me, I am very thankful for that. That you aren't listening to others and you're talking to me based on what you know from me. And not letting others control you, that I'm thankful. For the others, I will probably send them a message saying if they don't want to be friends, then just remove me from their list. If they don't want to talk, then remove me. Because otherwise, I have no reason to keep people who would, when I send them messages and they don't respond. I hope this, guys, gives you an understanding of what is going on with me, what I have hidden from the world, and what I've given hiding. I'm not gonna lie. About 2 months ago, my mother and I had an argument for the first time in a very long time about the fact that I do need help. I really do need help. Because I have pain that I can't let go. I want to let go of the pain I hold. Part of me doesn't, because it's what's keeping me going. So, I hope you all understand. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me. I will answer truthfully. I will not go into the details of what happened I won't go into too much details of what happened to me when I was 13, but truth be told, I was sexually harassed and sexually abused by my stepmother. That is the one thing I will not go into detail of. But I do hope you guys understand, and please don't hold it against people that they are not communicating with me. I just don't like the idea that they are letting others control their life or tell them what they believe is best. Alright? Thank you guys for listening, and see you all later.